Good morning and welcome to Healing the Divide. I'm your host this morning, Malik-Shabazz. This is produced by Methodology Books. We don't bring you news and politics for the sake of discussion. Our responsibility is the bigger picture. We've been looking at this situation that we find ourselves in America, where we're actually considering re-electing a man like Donald Trump with all that we know about him. But sometimes the things that are missed are one, the importance of the voters. Everybody's appealing to the voters, but not enough emphasis is being placed on protection of the voters. The Republicans are displaying absolute savagery as it relates to this. They sold out their whole party for the nonsense that's going on. But at the same time, they also know that they're catering to people who are violent, proven by January 6th. They came from the same stock of people who have destroyed whole towns of black people. You know, the idea that one woman can say that she was raped by a black man, that the people can justify destroying a whole town, killing women and children, it tells you what you're dealing with. Because none of those children, none of those women could have been responsible for that woman's rape. So it's not even about what's just. It's about any opportunity that they have, an excuse they have for harming people they don't like because they're racist, they're full of hate. But what's amazing is when you see these movies about aliens, all of a sudden it's about the aliens from outer space against the human race. The reality is there's only one race. The human race. And the idea of a so-called white race is a construct, and we'll talk about that in another discussion. But coming back to this, everybody knows that all over the country there's all kinds of laws being put in place for voter suppression. There should be more activity where the government and people who have opportunities of power should be focusing on addressing these new laws that are being established, the gerrymandering that's being done, and the things being put in place to make it harder for people to vote. And people are counting seriously on the vote of black Americans. There should be more done to protect their ability to vote. People all through the South, people have developed through their churches, souls to the polls, where on Sundays they would all get together, go to the polls, or whatever day they do their thing. And then you have the people like Governor DeSantis, where they're putting in laws regarding voting that makes it harder for them to do their souls to the polls. You have people who are actually making laws that they know that they cause the people to be in line for hours waiting to vote, but then make a law that you can't come along and just hand out water to the people who are waiting to vote. What is the purpose? If you see it's clearly, it's nothing but evil. The intention to stop people from giving people water. How is it that you want to claim on the one side that you are against abortion, for example, because of your Christian, even though everybody knows these people are not Christians, according to their religion, that they care so much about what's right, and you have a problem with people who are standing in the sun receiving water, just like what they have in Texas, where Governor Abbott has made it illegal. The idea of all these different breaks that people have, people who work out in the sun all day, getting water breaks and getting to stop. So look at what you're dealing with. So who's going to begin to do something about the fact that they're removing, that when it's time for the election, one, they remove ballot boxes strategically from black communities, Texas and all over the country. I've seen them do it in Texas, all over the country. In Georgia, two, they're doing what they can to impact mail-in ballots. And they know that the downtrodden and the people who work for 9 to 5s and day in and day out, it's hard for them to be out at the election booths after work because they may not get a chance to vote. So you're impacting the mail-in ballots. You're making sure that there are less drop-off points for people in certain communities. Who's going to begin to deal with that reality? Because on the front end, everybody's excited, looking at the possibilities of Kamala Harris winning the election, but not enough is being done to help and protect the people that you're counting on to see that happens. So when you wake up the next day and see that this man has won again, instead of like constantly being on the defense, like get on the offense. If it's about chess, then let's play chess. So everybody's laughing and having fun about the fact that she's mocking him. All of those things are good. However, in the end, you need the numbers. You need the people to be able to vote. And just like what happened to Stacey Abrams here in Georgia, Kemp, the governor, when she ran against him, he was the Secretary of State. He controlled the voting. And the same thing they did while he's governor too. They purge. They don't say like for example, say now it's August. They don't do the purge now in August. So people who have been removed from the ballot, from the voting rolls, for whatever the reason, because sometimes they purge the rolls with legitimate reasons, because people are no longer living in that particular state or something else is going on. And then you have those that they're purging, they're removing people from the ballots for reasons that later on they could say was a mistake, whatever the case may be. They don't purge, say, here in August, so people have time to be informed. You've been purged because of so-and-so. If you want to appeal it or you want to straighten it out, you can re-register or do this at such and such a place. Call such and such a number. They're not doing that. They're waiting until right on top of time to vote. And people are going in and finding out they can't vote because they've been purged from the rolls. Something needs to be done about this. The people in the media who are constantly going from news cycle to news cycle are contributing to the American people's American amnesia, as we call it. So the focus should be a strategy for protecting and supporting the people that you count on to vote one way or the other. Thank you.